Alabama's legislative session is winding down. With 4 days to go, some bills are facing their fate.
But one piece of legislation is aimed at enhancing punishment for criminal gangs, and it's made its way to the governor's desk.
News 19 investigative reporter Dallas Parker joins us now in the studio with what that legislation entails. Dallas.
That's right. Senate Bill 143 increases the severity of punishments for felonies carried out to support any criminal group or gang, but it also sets mandatory minimums for the use of guns during certain crimes and ensures that people as young as 16 years old will be charged as an adult if their crimes are deemed gang related. However, the word gang has been omitted in favor of the use of the word or the phrase criminal enterprise. Under SB 143, the definitions of who constitutes a criminal enterprise are the same as a gang as defined by federal law. In order to receive enhanced penalties, at least 3 or more of the criteria must be met. A few of those include adopts the style of dress of a criminal enterprise, has a tattoo identified as used by a criminal enterprise, adopts the use of a hand sign identified and used by a criminal enterprise. The bill also allows other people, including a parent, guardian, or reliable informant, to identify individuals as gang members or members of those criminal enterprises. Now, this is defined as a combination, confederation, alliance, network, conspiracy, understanding, or similar arrangement in law or in fact, including a street gang as defined in Section 13A of the Alabama State Code, or 3 or more persons through its membership or through the agency of any member that engages in a course or pattern of criminal activity. The bill received unanimous support in the Alabama Senate and awaits the governor's signature. Now, if signed, that legislation will go into effect immediately. Greg.